Hello again there, friends. Welcome to episode number 54. When we left off, we had just defeated Wallace, the 8th gym leader, and now we have a ton of stuff that we need to do, or would like to do, I guess. Almost all of it is pretty optional. I think if we wanted to right now, we could teach Pokemon Waterfall, we could go straight to Evergrande City, and make our way towards the Pokemon League. We still have to go through Victory Road, and then to the Pokemon League itself. But before we do that, there's just all kinds of stuff to do. So, what do you say we actually go on a bit of a field trip today? I think we should go to the Space Center, and it might not take too long. Um, but I do want to see what's there, since we, or at least I, totally forgot about it when I was actually in Moss Deep City. Figured I would save it for maybe after the gym, and then just, at the end of the world and all, it kind of slipped my mind. So, I do love space, though, as you guys probably know already. And I'm really excited. Alright, anything here? Oh, that's cool. You can watch the rocket launches from here, I guess. At least in theory. Wouldn't it be nice if this island, no, the whole world, was burgeoning with nature? Well, it kind of is. That's what the world is, natural. I think man-made stuff is pretty cool too, and it doesn't get too much cooler than rockets. Can we actually go down there? Actually, partly in anticipation of this episode, and partly just for fun, I was watching some of the old SpaceX launches recordings today. Here we are at the base of the rocket. Not a place you want to be during ignition, that's for sure, but right now we're probably pretty safe. And in real life, I was going to say reality or real life kind of merged together there, but in real life they would have it much farther away from the command center just in case of catastrophe. Because, rockets are basically controlled bombs, and sometimes they are uncontrolled bombs, so safety has to come first. The closest place to space. Alright, let's see what's going on inside. If you guys haven't yet, I definitely recommend looking at like the Falcon Heavy launch and watching this triple rocket with 27, like really 28, I guess, engines all igniting at the same time. Well, 27 igniting at the same time, and seeing the two side boosters land in unison. It's amazing what human ingenuity can do. And I guess that was what 2018, but now here we are in 2020, and can't wait to see what the next few years hold. Hopefully, things that are even more impressive. I'd like to go to space with my Pokemon for a rendezvous in the starry sky. This rocket, thick. Some people claim that Pokemon came from space. Could it be true? Some people think that even humans may have come from space. It's quite possible that Earth was seeded with life by meteoroids hitting, many billions of years ago. One theory I like, which is not likely, but certainly within the realm of scientific possibility, is that life may have evolved first, or at least prior to Earth, on Mars when it was wet, as it probably was at some point. A rocket launch demands perfection. Not even a 1% margin of error is allowed. Even if it's 99% okay, the whole thing is useless if 1% happens to be no good. Despite that, we never stop trying. Why? It's a dream that never ends. Yep. Like President Kennedy said, we do this not because it is easy, but because it is hard. What was I saying about rockets? Wow, just like that, I totally forgot. I was talking about space. Oh, the life starting on Mars. So it's quite possible life evolved on Mars, and then hitchhike on an asteroid of sufficient size could hit into Mars. Mars has less gravity and little atmosphere, so it'd be very easy for it to eject some initial Mars rocks off of Mars and then crash land to Earth. I wonder if they found. I actually don't know if they found Mars rocks on Earth before. Actually, they have. I do know that. They did find one in Antarctica, so there's probably more as well. So it's very possible. Maybe not likely, but very possible. Welcome to the Moss Deep Space Center. Please enjoy our interactive experiences about space exploration. I plan to, thank you. Alright. A sailor. I was taking a stroll down the beach when I found this. It's not anything I need, so you can have it. Oh, a Sunstone, okay. You can use that to evolve certain Pokemon, like Blossom. So I guess Sunstones, I don't know if they come from like the sun in Pokemon, because the sun is not a rock, so that wouldn't make it, like a Moonstone would make sense. It could be from the moon, but or maybe the sun in Pokemon is made of rock. Who knows? Vending machine. Sure, I'll take a soda pop while I'm here. Yay! Oh, this must be the viewing center. Yeah, they recently renovated. Oh, it tilts up. It should tilt down. I want to see the rocket. The main control room in down at Cape Canaveral. Uh, for the longest time, for whatever reason, whoever originally designed it set all the computers facing away from the giant window. So thankfully, when they redid the renovation a couple years ago, they switched all the desks around, so they are now facing out towards the windows, which makes a lot more sense. Maybe they didn't want people to be distracted by what's going on outside, but I mean, that is what they're there to observe. A giant chunk of metal bursts through the sky and flies into space. It boggles my mind. Me too, old man, me too. I mean, when you think about it, just the forces. I mean, imagine even like 1,000 years ago, humans didn't even know what the moon was, let alone how to get there. And the fact that we've now actually stepped foot on it, it's just, it's something that we take for granted because it happened so long ago. But the fact that we can, and we're sending space shuttles and, capsules to the space station, and um, hopefully even beyond, is even more remarkable still. I really hope we see like humans colonize Mars in my lifetime. Like, when you think about the future, you think about space travel, and like, look at like the Jetsons or any like old TV show. Um, people thought by now. I mean, 2001: A Space Odyssey was set in 2001, and clearly we're not anywhere close to as advanced as we thought we would be by this point. So we have some catching up to do, but I think we have the ingenuity and the capability to do it. So hopefully we realize our potential. Moss Deep has many clear days, and its wind patterns are stable. That's why it's an ideal location for launching rockets into space. Yep, that's very important. Weather conditions aren't right, you have to scrub, which is always disappointing. So I guess here's the main control room. Lots of big screens there, very cool. Alright, so it's been a cool little experience. They definitely put a lot of design into this, but nothing really cool besides, I guess, the Sunstone here, in terms of like gameplay. I kind of thought they might make you like come here to like talk to Tate and Lisa first before you face them in the gym, but I suppose not. Alright, well, hopefully you guys have enjoyed our visit to the Space Center. That is not the end of the episode, because that would be a very short episode. Since we are here in Moss Deep, I don't think we explored too many of the waters around Moss Deep. We certainly didn't go north of it. So, let's jump on a Pokemon. Any item here? Nope. Maybe there was, but if so, we already have it. Alright, so we've been around there. And oh, we haven't even been over here yet. A big pearl. Makes sense that you would find one of those on a beach. Lost by a clam pearl, perhaps. Right, no other items. We must have started right by that when we first came here. Alright, well, let's go ahead and hop in the water, shall we? And of course use a repel. I did use a good amount of our super repels earlier in the day when I was, also I found some other, I guess the Abomasnite I think I found somewhere off screen. I don't even remember where now, but if you really care, you can look it up. So I used quite a few of our super repels farming Ash. Still have a lot to go. I want one of those pretty desks, but maybe at some point. Alright, so we've been down here, I'm pretty sure. This is the treasure hunter's house. Interesting how some routes make you like reload and other ones don't. Because it's just the way that the game map is broken down. Alright, this is actually Moss Deep, right? Yep. Like one of those sailors, like it's caught in a storm and washes up on the same place they left. Like Gilligan's Island, that was always the case. Anytime they tried to leave, they always just washed up back on the same island. Or lost, actually. For very different reasons, but I guess overall they didn't want to. Yeah, it's really the same reason in that the Raiders didn't want them to get off the island because that would be kind of ruin the plot. But anyway, Route 125. Okay, here we are, and oh, I see a double battle right across the way there, and a little secret base. But I really want a Tropical Island secret base, so let's keep searching for one of those. All right, who do we have? We have. Let's bring Ava to the lead, and Slate Nose Earthquake, right? So that should be a good combination. Alright, let's go for it. Is there really anything in a place like this? There's supposedly a strange old man in Shoal Cave. Are you on your way to meet him too? How interesting, I don't remember there being an old man there. Him and Iris. Whoa, here we go. Altaria and Camerupt. Alright. A very powerful team. Luckily, I don't think their Camerupt or Altaria would Mega Evolve, although I guess they both could. Let's use Earthquake, because I think Earthquake will do a lot of damage to Camerupt. It will only affect Camerupt. And then... So let's see. I don't have Return yet, which means Draco Meteor is actually going to be my strongest move against this Altaria, so let's use it while we have it. Alright, and of course we always start with Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution and switching are always first priority. I think switching comes first, then Mega Evolving. And then all moves, no matter how high priority they are. Alright, and we are faster. And I think the speed is based before you Mega Evolve. But, looks like being a few levels higher, we still were a little bit faster. Alright, now the question is Slate faster than Camerupt? I think it is. Because Camerupt is pretty slow. Yep. And this does not get stabbed, but it will be super effective. Didn't even do half. Alright, there's a Rock Slide, didn't do too much damage. The Camerupt does have a very good defense stat. And just for accuracy, we'll go... well, we know Slate is faster, and we know it'll do a little less than half, so even though Secret Power is not very effective, since Camerupt is a fire type. Oh, I still almost did. I still did as much as Earthquake did, being super effective. That's kind of surprising, actually. I guess it goes to show that Metang and Mega Altaria have very different attack stats. But worry not, Slate will drastically increase his attack score once he evolves. I thought we would win, though. We almost had you for a second there. Did you, though? Not so sure about that. Alright, so before we go in the cave, let's just see what's out here. Another secret base, a swimmer, we'll face him in a little bit. Oh, maybe this area is not as big as I thought it was. I thought it would have a few more islands and really be kind of the size it is on the map. Seems like it's really just Shoal Cave and the surrounding waters, though. So let's face the trainers first, then we'll go inside. I'm going to use Rock Polish, even though we're probably faster. Yeah, we are. Just because we may not be faster than his other two Pokemon, and for all I know, they could be stronger. And there's Brine, not doing too much damage since Wilmer is at full health. And it would be really nice to get a flinch here. Nope, no flinch. And now Brine is going to do... Now is Brine... Let's use Earthquake just for the accuracy. I can't remember if Brine, if it... I thought it did more damage when you were below half your XP. I'm going to look it up. It could also be if you just go second, though. I think I'm confusing two different moves. No, it's power doubles when the user is... when the target is at or below 50% health. That's why I was confused. I was thinking it was the user. Okay. Well, that explains why both hits did the same amount to Slate. So it's kind of like a really good finishing move. If your opponent's low, easy to finish them off. Makes it not as good, though, because it means that if they're already low, chances are another Brine would finish them off regardless, but not always. Alright, so... we missed. And will this bring us below health? It will, so we can't miss again. I don't think an Earthquake will take out Tentacruel. But a Zen Headbutt might, and even if it doesn't... Oh no! Okay, Barrier. Well, that's both good and bad. The good news is he didn't use Brine, which might have been enough to knock out Slade, or pretty close to it. The bad news is Barrier has doubled his defenses. So, really hoping for a flinch here. Alright, still did more than half. Nope, another Barrier. Well, now we'll need 2 more Zen Headbutts, maybe 2 more Earthquakes. Let's go for 1 more Zen Headbutt, and if we get the flinch, we can probably use Earthquake to finish off its last bit of health then. Oh wow. Oh, critical hit, that's why. So the barriers did not do anything. As I mentioned, critical hits go right through increased defenses, or lowered attack stats. And, oh sweet, Slate wants to learn Meteor Mash. That's great, because you guys have probably noticed I haven't used Metal Claw very often, because Steel is already not a good attacking not a good attack type attack, whatever I was trying to say there. Um, and beyond that, Metal Claw is just really weak for this point in the game, only base power 50, so I'm really excited to replace it with Meteor Mash, which is kind of an upgraded version. It still has a chance to increase your attack stat. It is a little bit less accurate, only 90% accuracy, but it does do more damage, base power 90, so it's kind of Matang and Metagross's signature attack. Alright, let's bring out... I want to bring out Dan just because I think we're going to be facing more water types, and as you guys know, Eve facing water types can be a bit of a long, boring battle. Come on, swimmer. Hey there, check out my sweet Pokemon. That's the plan. Let's see what he has. Hopefully something cool. Seadra, not quite cool. Oh, I did look it up, and I was completely mistaken about Wallace. He was not level 50 before. He was level 43 before, so they actually increased his level, not decreased it. Maybe I was thinking of like Giovanni in Game 1 where he was level 50, or even I don't remember what the 8th gym leader is in Platinum, but anyway, yep, I was just totally misremembering. I even looked up Emerald because, like I said, in Emerald, Wallace becomes the champion and has a much stronger team. By the way, I wish he had that team for the gym battle. Even I don't even think it would be. I mean, the exact team he had would be more powerful, like too powerful for the gym battle, I think. But I think you could probably do a nice hybrid and make a more formidable 8th gym match. But what do I know? But even Hoenn, his mentor, who replaced him as gym leader when he became champion. I see a swimmer over there, but let's go ahead and Shoal Cave just while we have time. Hoenn, I think, had level 46, so same as Wallace has in this game. Alright, so Shoal Cave is pretty cool. All kinds of Pokemon here. I see Spheal, which is a really cool Pokemon that we might find. And let's see, where is that item? Is it up here? Maybe it's up here. Oh, there's an old man here. Cool. Oh, that's right, I remember who he is. So Shoal Cave is pretty cool, and the reason it's cool, I didn't even remember this until I looked it up. I looked up in the Bulbapedia article ahead of time, because I was hoping it might list what HM moves we needed, just in case we had to grab like Zigzagoon or something. It didn't, so I have no idea, but I figure we can always teach our main team HM moves as needed, and I can just use the move deleter later. But what's cool about the cave is that it actually changes depending on the tide. So right now it's at high tide, which means you can get to some of these other platforms, but you can't get to the lower levels. Are you planning on going deep in there? How about bringing me back some Shoal Salt and Shoal Souls? I can make you something good if you bring me those items. So yeah, he crafts you the seashell? The Shoal Shell. Or was that what did he just ask for? Shoal Shells and Shoal Salt. So it's not called the Shoal Shell. What is, oh. See, I knew it, like if you'd asked me an hour ago, I would know what it was called. The Shell Bell. Shell Bell? Something like that. Anyway, I think it's Shell Bell. I'm pretty sure it's the Shell Bell. But it's cool because it's kind of like leftovers, but the amount of heals is based on how much damage you do to the opposing Pokemon. Any items here? Well, that's disappointing. And I think in general it probably actually does less than leftovers. You rarely see it used, but I always like using it because for a more offensive Pokemon, it's a little more useful than leftovers. Of course, for an offensive Pokemon, you really don't want a healing move anyway. You want an attacking move, but I did use it a lot in my older playthroughs. Maybe I'll use it here just for a little bit to try it out. But I don't think we'll use it long term, even if I do make one. So yeah, what's cool about this cave is you can kind of explore it at both tides and see two totally different parts of the cave. And obviously during high tide you get the shoal shells, and during low tide you can find the shoal salts. And I wonder, it would make a lot of sense if you could dive down to the lower levels even during high tide. Maybe there's like, I don't know, stairs or something you can't reach. And the water does look kind of deep here, but maybe not deep enough. No, I don't see any kind of dive prompt when I hit A. Also, did we, I thought we said no to the... Ah, went too fast, clearly. Oh well, scared it away. What is this? Oh, cool. Little like sandbar, I like that. I wish there were more of those. No more items though. Oh, I did have a repel going, okay. Hey, rare candy, that's pretty cool. We'll use them at some point, but probably much later in the game. It's always easier to gain levels when you're at a lower level than a higher level. I just want to check and make sure you can't dive here. You know, this reminds me, oddly, of the game Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, a strategy game I used to really love as a kid. And hey, if you want to see me play it, or if you also remember the game, I actually do have some videos of it up on my channel. Okay, I thought this would go here. Yep. Hey, a big pearl. So just Google like Aravale, Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, or go to my channel and do a search for Galactic Battlegrounds. Or actually, I think it's under my playlist too, my single player game playlist. But yeah, I made this a long time ago. I haven't played that game in at least a couple years. Maybe one day though. And it's a Spheal. So if you don't mind waiting until this point in the game to get a water or ice type, Spheal's actually a pretty good choice. As I think I've mentioned, I did train one a long time ago, and it was pretty fun to train. I don't recall if I might have like traded over. I probably like caught it on my Sapphire version and traded over to my Ruby version. I think it was my first Ruby version I trained one in. And yeah, Walrein is a pretty strong Pokemon. We haven't faced one yet. We faced its second stage, Celio, but not its last stage, Walrein. It's a little slow, but it's pretty bulky and can learn some good moves. Oh no, rest. Okay, well, the bad news is that heals it up a lot. The good news is if we can get it down to a lower health again, it'll make it easier to capture. So let's see. Surf is base power 90, and it's not very effective. So that's 45 and 45. So we essentially want to do about 90 base power of damage. So Shadow Ball should just about do the trick. Boom Burst will be too powerful, and I can't remember if Spheal... I think Spheal is actually Ice and Water type. I don't think... I know Celio and Walrein are, but I think Spheal is too. So I think a Fire Blast would be too powerful, and obviously a Boom Burst would be. Alright, so we are... Are we in the water? I can't... No, we're not. We're obviously in a cave. Thanks to this handy-dandy background thing here. So let's see what kind of Pokeballs we have. Not a Master Ball. We could use a Net Ball because it's a water type. Let's do that. And I'm really just catching Spheal for fun. I don't think it can learn Waterfall. Unfortunately, we might have to teach our Melodic Waterfall as well. I think Melodic can learn it though. And I'll probably replace Dive, because I think once we get to the waterfalls, we probably won't need Dive anymore. Alright, let's see what they have to say about Spheal. Spheal always travels by rolling around on its ball-like body. When the season for ice flows arrives, this Pokemon can be seen rolling about in ice and crossing the sea. Oh, that's really cool. I wish I could like see that. Imagine going to the beach and just seeing like a bunch of Spheal rolling by along the water. That'd be awesome. I feel like I haven't even seen that in the TV show or anything, but you know, it has been a while since I've watched that. Well, mostly. Actually, I did start watching just the gym battles in Hoenn just to kind of, you know, get really into it. But I'm at about to start the Norman gym battle, so it's only like 4 or 5 episodes. All right, well, that might actually be. Ooh, Pokemon could this be? Oh, I have the item finder going. Oh well. We already went up there. We went around here. Okay, now we can be sneaky. Trouble with K's, as you guys know from my problem with Golbat, is that I can't be both fast and sneaky. They are kind of conflicting. I think it's gone now. Yep, missed my chance. Okay. Well, are there any areas we haven't been to? Obviously, we'll have to come back at low tide to explore the other half. And it's high tide now, which makes me think we can probably get to that bridge, because if we can't get to the bridge during high tide, you would think we definitely couldn't during low tide. Well, this is pointless. I'm pretty sure it's high tide, because it says between like 8 p.m. and 3 a.m. is high tide. So it's gotta be. Alright, is there another path out of this first cave? There is down there. But I wonder, it looks like it's flooded. Can we go through it on the water? Or... No, so we can only go there during low tide, unfortunately. Already been over there. That sounds like a Golbat. I want to know what that other Pokemon is. Is that Quagsire? Like on the cave area. All the Pokemon in the water I think we already know. And by fishing. This is the cave we were in before, right? So there's really not much to go and see and do in the high tide. There's our old friend Golbat. I'll use Boom Burst because why not? Might as well. So I did just out of so I want to make sure, obviously, our next really important battles, and there might be some ones in the middle as well. Yeah, I guess that's it, guys. So I guess we'll come back during low tide. Do we have the 4? Let me make sure we have the 4 Shoal shells or whatever. Yep, so that seems to indicate we have actually explored everything in this cave that is high tide. Well, alright. I guess that's probably it then. Been up there. And there is another Pokemon you can find here, but we might have to come back later and find it in the deeper part of the caves. Maybe it only is available down there. Okay, well at least you guys got a little bit of a teaser of the Shoal Cave, even though it wasn't too much. We'll come back another time, I suppose. So let's see, when does the tide go back up? Oh, 3 a.m. I really can't stay up until 3 a.m. Unfortunately, it's Tuesday right now, so that's not great because that means it's going to be a while before I can play on the weekends. I could probably get on after work one day and do an episode. Usually I try to do like productive stuff and take a little nap in the early evenings, then play later at night. But it looks like low tide goes until it's between 8 and 9 p.m. So I don't know if that means like that probably means 9 exactly p.m. Oh, that's a.m. Sorry. So it's actually I think it's the same in the nighttime too, though. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think so. So I can probably do an episode, you know, at 7 or 8 p.m. Maybe I'll try to do that tonight, and it'll give me an excuse to play more Alpha Sapphire. Not that I really needed one of those. Right, let's switch up. I like that we're using Surf with Dan because he's closer to the front of the party than Eve is. Let's use Ford, even though we're going to be against water types, as we saw when facing Wallace. Ford doesn't seem to have too much trouble against water types. I heard you approaching, so I hung around waiting for you. I mean, can you imagine like Mega Blaziken against that gym? Like, I think with a high jump kick, as long as you don't get a miss, you could just sweep the entire team with high jump kick probably. Maybe not Whiscash, because Whiscash has pretty good defenses, but even Melodic from a Mega Evolved high jump kick, it would have been close. Alright, so we have nothing super effective against Staryu, so high jump kick it is. And yeah, I didn't think Staryu could survive a high jump kick. That would have been very impressive. Now Starmie maybe, because it's Psychic type, so it would resist fighting. Actually, Starmie would be a very good counter to Ford. So I really wish they'd given Wallace like Starmie and maybe Gyarados, although Gyarados is kind of a little powerful. He does have a Gyarados in Emerald. And he does have a Wailord in Emerald, which is what I was thinking of. And Ludicolo, and I think he still has Whiscash, and obviously Melodic. And in a way, Gyarados and Melodic are actually kind of counterparts. They have very similar stats. Have we fought her yet? We have not. The same speed, I think the same health, although I think whereas Gyarados has really high attack and decent defense, Melodic has really high special defense and decent special attack. So I think like Gyarados' special defense and Melodic's regular defense, I think are both like 65, so basically the same. They're also both, their total stat average is 90. They both evolve from very weak fish Pokemon that are also very similar, Magikarp and Phoebus. Um, so they are, you could very much see them as counterparts. And they're also both two of my favorite Pokemon, so definitely have a lot in common. Alright, so as long as we don't miss any of these high jump kicks, Blaziken is having no trouble at all. Alright, so we already faced you. Any hidden items around here? Nope. Any hidden items over here? And I think that's probably it in this area, so... Nope, not the bike. Alright, well, while we're here and while we have secret power for a little bit longer, let me just check these out. And, yeah, that's probably going to be it. I'll do one more episode tonight, because, I want to. Oh, this is interesting. A lot of hallway space, but, I'm going to say no. But yeah, I'll do one more episode. What we're going to do, I'm not really sure. Like I said, there is still plenty to do. Might go do some more surfing. So this is actually a pretty cool one. I like this one. It's got 2 rooms. There's not a lot of hallway in between. I could definitely see myself doing something cool here, but still not going to bother with it just because I eventually want to look up all the secret bases before I choose one. Alright, well anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed the Space Center and part 1 of Shoal Cave. As always, thank you for watching. When we come back, I don't know what we're going to do, so if you want to find out, you'll just have to stay tuned and find out with me.